Hello there, you are watching THEMIGHTYGAMMONTV with your host,
It's me.
Star Wars Battlefront in 2021 is a unique experience. They promised new content would flow in since the game launched, and they have delivered 4 whole weapons. The gameplay itself makes me solid. I mean, the gameplay is solid. As in good. The game is good. Imagine if the characters in Star Wars killed someone, spent 5 minutes spamming their signature voice line over the dead body, only to receive a hologram from the opposing army calling them massive virgins, but in the same breath also telling them that they sleep with fat women. So which is it? That is the Battlefront experience.
What must be done? Do not hesitate. Show no mercy.
When you have the new weapons equipped, you have an assault class that should be good, but the server lag means your shotgun blast actually travels back in time to an entirely different map instead of hitting the person in front of you. I'm also a fan of my thermal detonator I threw over a wall suddenly appearing inside my helmet. The heavy class has a weapon that fires a shot every 20 minutes but hits like a skiff skipping a red light on the streets of Mos Eisley. He can tank shots or, if you're a 1000 IQ player, throw waves of grenades in every direction constantly. If you use anything other than the default sentry gun, you are retarded. When I find you, I will punch you in the dick so you cannot have any explosive sentry using children. The state of you. Subscribe to my channel as penance for your foolishness. Do it now.
Do it.
The officer class is simultaneously the most and least effective class on the team. Let me explain. So you have 2 types of officer player. The first one uses their area buff as soon as the game starts to grab easy points. These docile freaks know that the buff will not help anyone before it expires, and they do not care. These special individuals also place turrets behind random rocks in the arse end of the map, in the hopes that an enemy player, as stupid as they are, will decide to leave the playable area and dive from the turret before the game auto-kills them. I am one of these players. Then you have the players who will buff you just as you're about to die, and they place turrets on objectives to maximize resistance against the enemy attack. These people are good teammates. The Recon class. What you'll notice about your teammates in this game is there will be a few players who will appear as dead on the scoreboard throughout the match. These people are sitting at the spawn screen waiting for heroes to become available. They aren't interested in winning the game. All they want is to spend 10 minutes frantically clicking on a picture of Obi-Wan so they can control him for 30 seconds before dying to a speeder bike. People will try to tell you that equipping star cards that synergize well is the best course of action. I say that's nonsense. Equip funny star cards like doubling the distance you fling someone with a force push. This won't help your team at all really, but it's funny to launch a clone across the map before logging off and making love to your hentai body pillow. Vehicles in Battlefront cost barely any points to use, but they outclass almost every other reinforcement. You can easily kill 2 4,000 point heroes with 1 800 point tank. Even if you land on top of a tank with Anakin, you will still be run over because the game thinks you deserve it. Well, you do deserve it. You really do. I do love how DICE did absolutely anything they could to avoid doing space-to-ground battles, as seen in the great Star Wars PSP games, which I still play. In fairness, the Supremacy mode they added is really fun, a clear callback to the Conquest mode in the original Battlefront games. Only this time you transition to either your ship or the opposing ship depending on how the ground battle goes. I use a controller on PC, so my chances of becoming a hero after the map transition cutscene when I'm up against players headbutting their left click button while snorting crack hot pockets are pretty low. This is one of the best games ever made. If you don't buy it and join me on the Battlefront, then you will never feel the touch of a woman. You have been warned.
Give immediately emergency powers to the Supreme Chancellor.